Algebra, the word, which is used in most languages of the world today for the science of algebra, is derived from the word Algebra in the title of this book. But perhaps more surprising was another legacy that Al-Khwarizmi left behind. At that time, the Indian number system was much simpler and more accurate than the common methods. After studying this method, Al-Khwarizmi wrote a book about calculating with Indian numbers. He did not invent these numbers, but he played a very important role in introducing and spreading them in the Islamic world. This same book was later translated into Latin and made its way to Europe. Before that, Europeans mostly calculated with Roman numerals, a method that made complex calculations very difficult. But after becoming familiar with the works of Al-Khwarizmi, Hindu-Arabic numerals gradually made their way into Europe, numbers that are used by almost everyone in the world today. But the story doesn't end there. When Al-Khwarizmi's books were translated into Latin in the 12th century, European translators wrote his name as Algoritmi. Over time, this word became algorithm. Today, an algorithm is a set of regular instructions for solving a problem. This word may seem complicated at first glance, but the truth is that we use algorithms over and over again every day. When you search for something on your mobile phone, when you find your way on a map, when social networks suggest content that interests you, and even now, when artificial intelligence answers your questions. All this is done with the help of algorithms, and the name of this concept is a tribute to the Iranian scientist Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi. But his searching mind was not limited to mathematics. For Al-Khwarizmi, the sky was also a book that had to be read, and the earth a map that had to be drawn more accurately. He spent years studying the stars, the movement of the sun and moon, and the planets. The result of these studies was a book called Zish al-Sind al-Hind, one of the most important astronomical tables of the Islamic world. This book helped astronomers calculate time more accurately, adjust calendars, and better understand the positions of celestial bodies. But Al-Khwarizmi's interest in understanding the world did not end with the sky. He also left a lasting impression in the science of geography. The book, Picture of the Earth, was the result of years of study and collection of information about the cities, rivers, mountains, and seas of the world. In this book, Al-Khwarizmi did not limit himself to the works of Ptolemy, the famous Greek scientist. He recalculated the coordinates of many cities and corrected some of the errors in old maps. During the reign of Al-Ma'mun Abbasid, one of the world's greatest scientific projects began. Al-Ma'mun wanted to know how big the Earth really was. A group of the most prominent scientists, including Al-Khwarizmi, were commissioned to calculate the circumference of the Earth by accurately measuring distances. For that time, such a task was amazing. With simple instruments, but with exemplary accuracy, they arrived at a number that was very close to the real size of the Earth. This project showed that science is not limited to books. Sometimes one must go to the heart of nature, measure and obtain the truth by observation. Al-Khwarizmi wrote many valuable works during his life. The most important of them are Al-Kitab al-Mukhtasar fi Hisab al-Jibr wa al-Mukhabala, Kitab al-Hisab ba'ad Hindi, Zij al-Sind Hind, and Surah al-Arz. Some sources also mention writings on astrolabe, calendar, Qibla, and history, although not all of those works have survived to this day. All of his books had one thing in common. They took science out of the theoretical world and linked it to people's real lives. Algebra made it easier for businessmen and engineers to solve problems. Indo-Arabic numerals made calculations faster and more accurate. Astronomical conjunctions helped advance astronomy, and his geographical maps made the understanding of the world more accurate. Centuries later, Al-Khwarizmi's works were translated into Latin. European universities taught his books as the main sources of mathematics. Algebra entered Europe through his works. Indo-Arabic numerals gradually replaced Roman numerals, and mathematics entered a new stage in its history. Perhaps if Al-Khwarizmi's works had not reached Europe, the progress of mathematics and many sciences would have been delayed for years. Historians only know that he probably died between 847 and 850 AD. Just as the beginning of his life is shrouded in mystery, the exact location of his tomb is also not known with certainty to this day. But his memory has never disappeared. Today, if you travel to the historical land of Khwarazm in Uzbekistan, in the city of Khiva, near the historical gate of Darvaza, you will see a magnificent statue of Al-Khwarizmi. Another monument has been built in his honor in the city of Urgench. In Iran, the 22nd of Tyr is named Information Technology Day, in honor of this great scientist. Also, every year, the international festival Al-Khwarizmi is held in Iran with the aim of unveiling outstanding achievements in research, innovation, and invention in the fields related to science and technology. With the presence of scientific elites, his name has been given to many universities, scientific institutes, streets, and scientific awards. Even a crater on the surface of the moon and an asteroid are named after Al-Khwarizmi in his honor. But perhaps his greatest memorial is not these statues, nor the names given to buildings and streets. The true legacy of Al-Khwarizmi is in our daily lives. Every time we calculate a number with a calculator, every time a mobile phone finds the shortest route, every time a computer solves a problem, and even now when artificial intelligence answers our questions, all of this is done based on algorithms, a word taken from the name of the Iranian scientist Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi. Perhaps this is the most beautiful fate for a scientist, that his tomb is lost. But his thoughts live on all over the world every day. More than 1,200 years have passed since the day Al-Khwarizmi took up the pen and wrote his equations. But still, every time we calculate a number, without knowing it, we follow the footsteps of his thoughts. And perhaps that is why Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi is considered not only one of the greatest Iranian scientists, but also one of the most influential scientists in human history. A man who started with a few simple numbers, but opened a path that the world is still walking on.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more inspiring minds from history, don't forget to subscribe to Great Minds of Persia and like this video. Your support helps us share more amazing stories with the world. See you in the next video.